Hi, welcome to our TextMagic review. We're going to be taking a look at one of the biggest names in SMS marketing. So we're going to look at some of the pros and cons, as well as whether we think TextMagic is really worth it. All right, let's dive in. Okay, so what exactly is TextMagic? Well, it's a business text messaging service that really allows you to send like notifications, alerts, reminders, and any other kind of SMS marketing messages that you want to send to your customers. You can even send bulk texts online through their desktop, the browser, or even a mobile application. And they offer two-way conversations with their customers. So you can both send and receive texts through your email, which is really helpful. So they also give you an API gateway and Zapier integrations on top of team sharing functions that'll really help you automate and optimize your SMS strategies. You can also track your leads and overall outreach through their reporting and analytics functions. All right, so now that we have a really good overview of what TextMagic does and what it is, let's dive into some of the pros and cons. Okay, let's start with the pros. So when it comes to SMS messaging and SMS marketing, you might think that you have to be, a pretty big firm to be able to utilize that. But it's not actually the case. And especially with TextMagic, they have a really simple and yet scalable pricing structure, which really makes it a great option for some of those smaller firms you may not have to use the SMS as often as other businesses, but it's still a great option for smaller firms. And talking about pricing, one of my favorite parts about TextMagic is that there are no monthly plans. So that means that you're not going to have like those tiers where you get priced out of different functions. Everyone is given the same amount of functionality, no matter if you're only buying a small amount of texts per month or whether you're doing a large quantity. Everybody is treated the same across the board. And their coverage is pretty wide compared to a lot of the other SMS providers. I mean, you can go with customers in the US, in Great Britain, and even Australia, which is pretty wide range. It's pretty great. And their user interface is really simple to use. It's not going to take a lot of, prep time to figure out how to use it. It's simple and intuitive. Also, when you're trying to create templates and importing contacts, this process is super simple, and it was fast and easy to use. So again, going back to the interface, it's really just set up really well. And they also have extensive API tools and integrations, which allow you to hook TextMagic up with other apps. Then you even have sub accounts, which allows you and your team to kind of collaborate together on different SMS marketing campaigns. And lastly, they offer tons of resources to really help you with integrating your APIs into your SMS tool set. Okay, so let's talk about some of the cons. Now, first off, if you are sending and receiving a large volume of text back from your customers, it definitely can get a little bit pricey. So you want to make sure you take that into consideration. Secondly, their lack of pricing tiers, kind of, like the monthly ones that we were talking about, this is kind of a pay-as-you-go kind of structure. That lack of pricing tier really sacrifices some of the scalability for larger firms, because they're not, when you're a larger firm, you're not really going to benefit from a pay-as-you-go kind of structure. But that does work well for smaller firms. So kind of keep that in mind. I'll also add here, there are TextMagic does have Nestle as one of their customers, but they use it for their employees. So if you're a larger firm, that's something to consider, like how big of a base you have, and how much communication you're going to have back and forth using text messaging. You're also going to have a monthly fee for a virtual number, which is probably not an issue for some folks, but it was one of those things that wasn't entirely clear when you're, completing the free trial. So just kind of keep that in mind. You will need a virtual number, which you really do want. You want to have that virtual number, but it is an extra fee. All right, and some users have complained about customer service being kind of unresponsive in the past. So that is definitely something to keep an eye out for. All right, so the big question is TextMagic worth it? So for small businesses, TextMagic can definitely be worth it. I mean, the pay-as-you-go plan is really just built for small businesses. But even Nestle, which is a pretty huge company, uses TextMagic to communicate with their employees. So, I mean, if you're a larger firm and you have a specific area that could really benefit from this type of service and this type of plan, then TextMagic is, like I said, one of the top ones in the industry. So you can't really go wrong here. So whether you're a small business and you're wanting to leverage some of the highest engagement rates in marketing, or if you're a larger firm as well, you're really going to find a lot to like here and with TextMagic's platform. Okay, so that's everything that I have on the TextMagic review. If you want to get a pretty good deep dive into more of the services and into the nitty-gritty of things, definitely check out the companion article that goes along with this review. And other than that, I hope you just have a wonderful day.